We're Nicki and Carlo and we live in Positano, Italy, except we also just bought a house in Tuscany, which we're currently renovating, so we live there too. Join us as we turn this house and olive grove into a dream home and get to grips with living in two different parts of Italy.
Allora, 72 e sempre quando fa queste cose la cucina.
80?
85.
We have our first guests arriving in 2 days' time and we're not quite ready. We've realised that we don't have enough space in the kitchen to cook and prepare for 6, possibly 8 people if everybody turns up at the same time. And there's a couple of things missing in the bedrooms, so we need to pop out. We're going to go to the cheapest second-hand place that we know, where we got our €25 sink and our €20 table, and see if we can find anything appropriate. We also need a few other things like bedside lamps and a little mirror and maybe more, I don't know even, but we're going to try and get what we need today. The shop opening times here are quite narrow windows. You've got from 10 till 12:30 and then everything shuts, and then from 3:30 till 7. So it is now 9:45, so we're going to get over to these shops now, and we've got a good 2.5 hours before everything shuts down for lunch. Found something for you. Just in case you miss home.
Quella Malfi non è Positano.
Lo so.
È anche vecchio, guarda.
I know, it's really old. I don't think I've seen that photo before. €6.
Ah, è un puzzle.
Sì.
Ok. Lo vuoi prendere? Solo €6. No, ok.
Somebody else can have it.
Piccolo progetto a costo zero, sono cose che dovevano buttare, io le ho prese, tornando a casa vedremo, penserò a come usarle. Sì, abbiamo preso un po' di cose, questo servirà per un altro progetto, mentre queste cose bianche qui le userò per fare un mobiletto per la cucina, perché abbiamo bisogno di più spazio dove appoggiare le cose.
What I thought we could do was have something coming out from here, so like sticking out a bit, so that we've got a bit more counter space, because I'm not used to having just that to prepare all my meals on. It's just not quite enough, especially as there's going to be about 6 to 8 of us in the next few days. Obviously, this is not our finished kitchen. This is just a temporary kitchen while we are having a kitchen made by a nearby carpenter who says it'll be ready at the end of March. So this is how we get our gas in Tuscany. We have a big gas tank over there somewhere.
E di nuovo anche questa consegna è molto più facile e semplice di Positano. Costare costa uguale, ma mi risparmio tanto lavoro.
So this is obviously something that we don't have to do very often.
Questo serbatoio non si vede perché è interrato, sottoterra per legge deve essere così. È abbastanza grande, ci vanno 1000 litri di gas, TPL.
E le bombole Positano che portavi giù, ogni bombola quanti litri portavo?
Non so quanti litri è, ma è 15 kg. Adesso lo chiedo la differenza tra litri e chili, perché c'è differenza.
Ok.
Non è la stessa cosa.
Questo gas è per cucinare solo?
No, anche per il riscaldamento.
Ok, ma quanto tempo durerà?
Dipende, ho appena chiesto, lui mi sta dicendo che 500 litri li puoi consumare anche in 15-20 giorni.
Ma non...
dipende da come è fatta la casa, quanto è grande e quanto caldo vuoi stare in casa.
Today we have our first guests arriving. We've got 4 people and 2 dogs coming. Can you guess who's coming to stay? Anyhow, we've got a lot to do. I need to get to the supermarket. We've suddenly realised we haven't got any chairs yet. We've got these wonderful chairs that were left here, but they're not very comfortable. So we're going to see if we can quickly pick up some chairs. I need to go to the supermarket. I've got a couple of other shops I need to go to. It is pouring with rain. It is the worst weather it could possibly be for the first time people come and visit. Not much I can do about that. So we need to get cracking. Also, as you can see, our white sofas have changed colour. I bought a protective sofa cover because they were just, even though we had white sheets, white blankets on the sofas, they were getting filthy with the dog's muddy feet. So I brought these anti-stain covers, well, just one, the red one, that's actually a tablecloth. And I'm wondering whether I should go back and pick up another one for that sofa. And I'm wondering whether I should get the same colour, or I could get a yellow one, or a green one, or a blue one, or a beige one, or a cream one. I'm just not quite sure. But they were very good value and definitely worth it. So I think I will pick up another one of those.
Vengo anche io, amore?
Yeah, you have to come and help with the chairs. What about the dogs?
Lasciamoli qui per
Leave
un
them here. Yeah,
farò
but otherwise
veloce.
they're going to get muddy. All right, okay. We will see you in the first shop.
Abbiamo trovato 4 sedie davvero carine, adatte per il nostro tavolo. 2 sono qui e altre 2 sono lì.
I'm back from the shopping. It was a half failure. So I wanted to get a couple of little colouring books and games for kids to play. And so I went to a toy shop and I had to look up where the nearest toy shop was. And I got there and I asked them if they had games for kids. And they said, oh no, we don't have things like that here. And they didn't have colouring books either. So I'm not so sure what sort of toy shop it was, but it definitely wasn't one that had toys in it. So, and I couldn't find them anywhere else. I was told to go to a newsagent's, couldn't find anything there. I looked in the supermarket, all I could get was some coloured pens. So that's gonna have to do. But I did get another sofa cover. So we've got 2 matching red sofas now, which I think look quite smart. I think I almost prefer it to the white ones. Anyhow, those sofas are temporary. At the end of the month, my sofa for this room is going to be arriving, and these will go elsewhere. Our guests are going to be arriving in about an hour's time, so Carla's just getting things spick and span upstairs. Of course, it's still pouring with rain outside. It's a really miserable day, and it hasn't stopped at all. And of course, that means the dogs are very muddy every time they go out, and our friends are bringing 2 dogs as well. So there's going to be 4 muddy dogs in here. It's going to be absolutely filthy within the next 2 hours, I'm sure. But it doesn't matter because it's all cleanable, and it'd be really, really nice to see our friends. Have you figured out who's coming yet? And we've also put those chairs around the table. They look much better than the white ones. And I also found this plant stand over in the corner here, which is quite fun. I probably will paint that. They should be here any minute. Let's walk up the driveway and meet them. Here they come. Hello. Indy. Right, we're not quite sure how the dogs are going to react with each other. They're going to be friendly.
Dai! Fuori!
No, fuori.
Non
Ok.
si fa! Sì, sì. Dai, non fare bene!
No, lascia, è tranquilla adesso.
Stavo parlando con mio fratello Massimo. Che bella.
Guarda che sta facendo ogni.
Oh, there you go.
Tanto che la steccia, non è quello che vuole.
Che cucini, amore?
We're having easy meal, roast chicken and roast potatoes. And I might do some red peppers and onions too. With some rosemary from the garden and olive oil.
Wow.
Easy, won't take up too much time. I can just chop it all up, stick it all in the oven and carry on chatting.
Allora stasera mangiamo il pollo arrosto con patatine.
I'm very grateful that you made this little extra kitchen bench because I don't know how I would have prepared all of this stuff without it. Much room.
Sono stato smart allora.
Yeah.
Eli, che ne pensi di questo posto, di questa casa? Che impressione hai?
Toscana is beautiful. The area where you are with the hills is great. But I have to have a better look tomorrow morning because when we arrived, I was so nervous and happy because I saw at the end of the street Nicki, and I haven't seen her for what? Since the 10th of December, which is really a long period because when we arrived back from our winter holidays, you already had left 2 days before.
Yeah.
So I saw only the little red hair angel and no, it's beautiful here. It's really nice. It's even with rain, it's beautiful.
Some people think I'm blonde, but if you've known me for long enough, you know that I'm not blonde. I'm a redhead, it's just faded, so that's why.
And it's beautiful. I love that there is no neighbors. This is what what for me is like a house. You know, when I buy a house, there is garden and there's space, and maybe you have a neighbor after like five minutes. Yeah. When we speak in Positano about house, it's always like an apartment because it's true we all have houses, but we have one above, one down, on the right and on the left. In general, in Positano, you were already lucky in Positano because you were up somewhere.
Yeah.
But in the center of Positano, you don't have a house. You live like in an apartment.
Yeah, it is a different things.
And then I like the nature. For the dogs, it's perfect. Immediately we had this beautiful walk, although it was raining, no Lenny, it was lovely to walk around. The house is perfect, but it will be even better when you finish, but already now it's perfect, it's lovely too. For you too, it's perfect.
Thank you. Peppe, invece tu che ne pensi di questa casa, di questa zona?
La zona molto bella, le colline toscane sono bellissime, c'è tanto lavoro da fare, ti aspetta tanto lavoro ancora, ma tu sei pensionato quindi puoi...
I'm not in retired, sorry.
Poi hai tanto tempo per lavorare.
Ah, I hope.
Yeah.
Alla famiglia della
smaller
figlia.
glasses. Pints of wine is not cool.
It's the next morning. It has finally stopped raining for a bit, and we've come to Vico Pisano because it is the monthly antiques market. So we've got a weird mixture of Positano and Tuscany, Elizabeth and Pepe, Maria and Lorenzo. Elizabeth's over there with the girls, and we're all here having a wander around the market. We've already bought one thing, which of course I forgot to film. We've bought the most beautiful lamp. It's one of those big green glass damigianas, demijohns, with a pink and orange lampshade over the top of it. It's beautiful, and it was €40. So we've already snapped that up and taken it back to the car, so I'll have to show you later.
Ah, here's the basket man.
We bought this for Positano, for Praiano, for the bimbi to put the eggs in.
Yeah, perfect.
Ein Feuerzeug, mein Schatz.
It's just started pouring with rain again, and I have lost everybody, and I'm just presuming that they will all be in the bar, so that's where I'm going. I've bought something. I bought 2 little gold leaf mirrors, which will go on my picture wall eventually when I start hanging things, and I'm very pleased with them. I got a good discount, and now I must find everybody else.
Here we are, and it's actually stopped raining already.
So I think this is the 3rd time that I've been to the market in Vico Pisano, and this has happened every time. We have a very, very quick walk around the market and then spend the rest of the day sitting at the bar, chatting to people that we've met in the stalls around the market. And now the sun has come out, and we've had a quick wander around Casa Colomba, and we are off to go and see the Tower of Pisa, seeing as we're in this area.
È come un sogno che si avvera. Amici di Positano, amici toscani, tutti quanti insieme. Bello.
We're all a little bit squished in the car, but Pepe is looking after the lampshade that we bought, and the base as well, which is on his lap. So here we are, lunchtime on a Sunday, so it's not too busy. It's probably the best time to come.
Allora, Leonardo da Vinci, mentre faceva la Mona Lisa, lui lo disegnava con la bocca storta, che Chris, ma invece è arrivata la Pantera Rosa che che lui stava impazzendo e è andato a sbattere contro la torre di Pisa. E quindi l'ha fatta storta, e come che l'ha fatta storta l'hanno buttata in prigione. E quando la Mona Lisa è diventata famosa aveva la bocca felice. Era scritto Leonardo da Vinci e un'impunta della patera rosa.
So this is what it's really like at the Tower of Pisa. There are basically all sorts of people standing around in weird positions trying to get the photo of them holding up the tower.
So lucky. It's forecast thunderstorms all afternoon. Look at it, we've got blue sky and sun. We're very, very lucky today.
It's much quieter around the other side. We're just outside the ticket office and there's a lovely grass that you're not allowed to walk on, but you get a clear view of the tower and the dome without people in front of you.
Adesso andiamo nella torre di Pisa e il biglietto costa 20 euro.
Rosy è storto? Sali!
So we managed, we are up, and although we are used to stairs in Positano, it's quite a walk. Yeah, so be prepared.
This is the Italian marine flag. In the middle, there are 4 symbols to remember the 4 bigger, beautiful, ancient sea republic of the Mediterranean Sea: Genova, Venezia, Pisa, and Amalfi.
Amalfi. The view is stunning up here. It's really beautiful. You can see the clouds cruising around and the whole panorama of the town is really beautiful. E adesso tutte le scale giù di nuovo. Sei contenta, Leni?
Sì, però quante erano le scale?
256 o 7.
Allora facciamo 512 scale.
E vai.
Elisabeth, Peppe e le bambine hanno deciso di andare sulla torre. Noi nel frattempo le aspettiamo al ristorante e iniziamo a mangiare qualcosina.
Mi mancherai!
Ciao! No, Indy, stay with us.
Literally, I've read. Yeah, and not for that, but just to do something. I know, it's nice. And then I think tomorrow, usually it's Friday, so normally on a Friday evening, like, people go and meet up in the pub. I've decided to paint the chairs that we bought the other day. They were a little bit too orangey brown, and there is going to be a lot of wood in our kitchen because the actual kitchen is a wooden kitchen as well. So I didn't want it to be too brown in there. So I've decided to paint these chairs that we picked up the other day, and the colour I've chosen is Versailles by Annie Sloan. So I'm using a chalk paint. I love using chalk paint. It just takes out the whole process of sanding. You don't need to sand anything before you paint it. And you need to put a couple of coats of chalk paint on. It completely covers up anything, no matter how dark it is, and then you just need to wax it. So what I've actually been doing is, this is the last chair that I'm painting right now. I've done the other three already. I spent most of the time painting them on FaceTime with my brother Martin and forgot to film anything. So when I finished, they look really perfect and brand new. So I decided to rough them up a little bit. So what I did was I went to the hardware store and I bought 2 little bottles of paint colour. So this is like colour that you add into white paint, and you can put a few drops in and it'll become a pale colour, or you can put a whole load in and it'll become a bright colour. So I bought a black one and a brown one, and I scooped out some of the clear wax into a little pot, and I put some drops of that in, mixed it together in a saucepan, and made myself a dark wax. So what I've done with the dark wax is that use a brush, like a round brush like this, dip it into the dark wax, and then just go over the clear wax with it, and then rub it off with a cloth, and it just gives you that used, lived-in look, so the furniture doesn't look brand spanking new. A couple of days ago, it was my birthday. So I was expecting a very relaxed day. This was my plan for my birthday. I was going to finish off these chairs, maybe go out for lunch with Celine and Sky and Carlo, and that was it. That's all I had planned. It was a day full of surprises, starting with the first surprise being that Carlo had to leave. Unfortunately, he had to go back to Positano for family reasons and couldn't be here. But at least we got a couple of hours in the morning together before he left. Then Celine came over and took me out for lunch, which was a total surprise. And Marie did film a little bit of the preparation, so I'm going to show you that now.
Okay, so here we are preparing for Nicki's birthday. We're getting all the balloons up. Just managed to put the 5 up. I need to put the 0 up now. So we're all here. Lorenzo unfortunately has popped a balloon already. But it doesn't matter. How does that look? So that's it. We're ready. We're just waiting for Nicki and Carlo now. So yeah, it's going to be great fun. Covert operation.
Auguri Deva.
I wondered why you were strangely quiet.
Happy birthday.
How are you? You're right with me. Give me the dog.
Sono dei covi. Mangia.
Vieni quest'ora.
We didn't film much more during lunch. I totally was not expecting it, so it was all a bit of a shock for me, and I just enjoyed the day, and it was a really lovely day. I had so many wonderful comments and messages from so many people, I mean thousands, and I obviously haven't been able to reply to them all, but I'm so incredibly grateful for everybody who sent me best wishes. It was just such a special day for me. We went for a little walk to the Teatro del Silenzio, which is the amphitheatre of Andrea Bocelli out on the Tuscan hillside near Laiatico, and that was lovely. And then we came home with Celine and Marie. We had some tea and we relaxed for a while on the sofas, and that was fun too. What else do I need to tell you? Oh, I know. You all know my friend Elizabeth. Of course you do. She was in this video. I filmed bits on certain days, so I'd forgotten, but yes, she was in this video. She started up her own YouTube channel, finally, after many people asking and years of her umming and ahhing about it. She's finally taken the plunge and started up a YouTube channel. It is called Goat Morning Amalfi Coast. If you didn't know, Elizabeth has over 20 goats now. I've lost count of how many she's got now, but over 20. So that is a big part of her life. And I think her YouTube channel is going to be great because it's very different. Her life is very different from mine. Obviously, she's got the 2 younger kids. She's got over 20 goats. She's got a boat company. So I'm really curious to see what she's going to do. I think it's going to be great fun. We can do all sorts of collaborations together. And I think you should all pop over and say hello to her there and watch her first video, which has just come out. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful week, whether you're painting, moving, doing nothing, just having a normal working day, or celebrating a birthday, or whatever.